At the foot of the Capitol, just before the bustling marketplace, there lay a painting, a striking image that captivated all who behold it. The time was 14th century AD, and the place eternal Rome. No one knew who had placed it there. Those who arrived at daybreak saw it was already present, as if it had emerged with the dawn itself. Whispers spread among the crowd. Some claimed it was the work of Renzi, while others eyed it with suspicion. Yet one citizen stepped forth, compelled by the painting's haunting power, and began to interpret its meaning to the gathered people. The painting depicted ships, rigged, broken, and sinking, each bearing the name of a land that had once suffered under the weight of injustice. On the battered hull, on every sunken vessel, these words were inscribed: To exhaustion were we brought by injustice. But one ship remained still, afloat, through barely its mast cracked, its hull torn, its fate uncertain. The man pointed to the last vessel and cried, This is Rome. It too, he warned, would soon be lost to the depths unless her people rose to protect her. Around the ships, strange and symbolic creatures prowled. The man spoke again, revealing their meanings. The wild beasts represented the lawless rulers who had torn the city from the hands of the people. The parasites and grotesque forms symbolized corrupted counselors and sycophants, and the foxes, shy, cunning, stood for judges who sold justice to the highest bidder, making themselves the very embodiment of injustice. At last, the man turned to the people and called out, O Romans, are we still bewildered, or have we at least unraveled the riddle of the painting? His words stirred something in the hearts of those who listened, for they knew all too well the truth he spoke. They lived it daily, in chains of cruelty under the shadow of tyranny. This moment, as later retold by the great author Edward Lytton in his work Renzi, captures the spirit of Niccolo Gabrini, or Renzi, the man who dared to dream of a Rome reborn. A Rome free from injustice, a Rome where rulers would no longer betray in the name of the people, but serve them with honor. Through his mysterious painting, he offered both a warning and a hope, a vision of ruin and a possibility of redemption. The figure of Renzi was at once of great significance to the people. They saw him the man who could liberate them from the illness of their state. He was truly among those who rose for their people, standing to protect them from the political powers that ruled in the name of innocent lives. This example stands before us as a reminder that when an idea is just and righteous, it is possible to bring down any power, however great. The reason I began with the story of Renzi is to remind those listening that the state in which we now live is not so different from what Renzi saw in his time. Our politicians rule in our name. This we call democracy, yet few of their actions truly reflect the concerns of the people. We live in an age without boundaries of events. No matter where something happens in the world, it reaches us, though the very tools and resources we have been blessed with. When it is something good, we share in the joy. But when it is injustice, we all feel its weight, even if a person is killed miles away on unjust grounds. We suffer alongside them. And this is something we must not ignore. The politics that have shaped our present world, though they promise our protection, often remain indifferent to what lies beyond our borders. Some might ask, how can they act where another rules? Isn't that outside their domain? But perhaps we have forgotten something, that justice is not bound by boundaries. It must be upheld both within our homes and beyond them. The righteous do not recognize the lines drawn by political hands. They seek to establish justice wherever injustice lives, be it across oceans or within the silent corners of our own hearts. The great illusion of our current political structure is the belief that our leaders truly represent the people and the majority. But even that notion of representing the majority is deceptive, for in truth they represent only their own interest. And here lies the paradox. If the problems we face today are new and evolving, how is it possible to choose a leader who can guarantee they will act according to the will of the people? Not everyone participates in elections, and even those who do cannot claim that every decision a leader makes is done with their full consent. Yet this paradox does have an answer. If our leaders were guided by justice and virtue, qualities we minutely find in them today, then our society could prosper and our people could live in safety. But what is a society? Is it not made up of all the people who matter to us? And in this age of instant connection, is it not true that even the unjust death of one person in a distant land concerns us all? What then is society now? Surely we must accept that we human beings are bound together across the world, and that injustice anywhere affects everyone everywhere. Still, speaking this truth is difficult. Many live in the illusion that we are living virtuously, but how can we claim to be virtuous when we know that somewhere in the world injustice is being committed, and we do nothing? If those who represent us stand idle in the face of that injustice, can we really say they are acting in our favor? The figure of Renzi offers us a powerful example. He showed that it is possible to stand against vice and to establish a just order. Justice will always rise, no matter how fiercely evil may try to suppress it. So I ask, do we need another Roman to reveal the truth of our condition, as was once the case with the painting at the foot of the Capitol? Surely we can see with our own eyes what is wrong in the world around us. Let us not forget those in power today do not represent us. They will never represent us. Our leaders are corrupted by power. They do not rule, treachery rules over them. Thank you so much for watching. May you all be blessed and have a good day.